Well, welcome back to Vermont and struggling with a common household problem. Sure, as I said, common to most of us. This here is the third kitchen sink sprinkler that I've replaced since we've had the house. And rather than throw it away this time, I thought I'd see if I could take it apart and fix it. Last ditch effort. So you're all very familiar with the scenario. I tried hot water and cold water, see if it made any difference, but it just latches on, as you can see here. And it turns out I had to um, get the valve to open. I had to pry it open with a butter knife. And here I want to show you the cartridge, the valve that's inside the white piece it's got a little ball joint on the top that snaps into the cap here. That's what holds the cap in place. So just show you that. And if you're this model, links in the description. It's a Kohler brand. This model's got a replaceable cartridge assembly. So that's what I'm trying to take out here gently without destroying it, just to do an inspection, see what's going on. Why won't the valve release? You see a couple O-rings, and there's a spring in there. You can notice that as well. So what I've got in my hand in the pliers is, in the Leatherman, that's the valve, and you can kind of figure out how that works there. So I'm just looking at this for the first time. My recommendation for you would be to plug your sink when you're doing work like this, and that'd be why right there. I found it. I started out by trying to lubricate the O-rings on the inner valve that slides into that cartridge, just to see if that would help. I wasn't quite sure what was the problem here. So you're watching me just walk through it, see what I can learn. I thought maybe if I put some oil in there it would slide better, lubricate the rings, and over time it would maybe work a little bit smoother. So after trying oil and putting it back together, it just didn't do the job. So I started looking at springs. What do I have laying around? Maybe the spring is tired. I went out to my box of spare parts and I found obviously one that's too large. The one on the left is one that I picked out of my scrap bin. The one on the right is the actual spring from the faucet. So it's a lot stiffer spring rate and a lot taller. It would fit in the assembly, it's just too tall. So I trimmed it down to length to match here, and tried to put it together. Just too strong. I couldn't even put the cartridge back in. Then I had an idea, which I'm sure all of you had almost immediately, and I went up to the office and took apart a pen and took the spring out of that. Trimmed it to length. It was longer than the actual spring in the unit, so I trimmed it down to length. And shown here, I'm just replacing it, putting it back in. Just give it a shot and see what happens. Actually, I didn't swap it out one for one. I put the original spring, which was just slightly smaller than the pen spring. I just put them together, one over the other, or one inside the other. Again, I trimmed it to length, so I had basically two springs there. A little bit more spring force. I wanted to see maybe that'll do it. And just take the lever and snap that back on, and here's the final test. Yeah, it works great. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed your visit, and maybe this helps some of you out. Have a great day.